Okay, so the season 2 finale is almost here, and head writer and showrunner Russell T Davies has announced some things on his Instagram. So let's have a look. But before we jump in, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe with the notification bell on so you get notified every single time I post. If you want to leave a super thanks in the comments, you get a shout out in the next video. Shout out to this lovely specimen up here who left a super thanks on my last video, you absolute legend. Or you can become a channel member, like I keep saying. I'll set something up for that eventually. Right now it's just for extra support, but do what you want, you don't have to do it. Anyway, let's hop straight into it. Okay, so the first post is this one here. It's Russell with the actor who plays Kate and the actor who plays Colonel Ibrahim, and he says, back in action on Saturday in the reality war. Gemma Redgrave as Kate Lethbridge Stewart and the actor who plays Colonel Sexy as Colonel Christopher Ibrahim. Can they save the day with the help of the secrets on floor -10 of Unit Tower? Also on Saturday, after Doctor Who, the first trailer tease for the war between the land and the sea on BBC One and in cinemas. So, this is big news. Obviously, the war between the land and the sea was announced, I don't know, when the 60th was announced, I'm pretty sure, maybe just afterwards. It's a spin-off, a Sea Devils spin-off, and I'm personally very, very excited. My ultimate classic Who comfort episode is the John Pertwee episode, Doctor Who and the Sea Devils. Always has been, probably always will be. So I'm a big fan of the Sea Devils, and I did like seeing them back in The Legend of the Sea Devils, even though that episode is probably one of the worst of the whole Jodie run. It was cool to see my favourite classic villains back in New Who, and I'm excited that there's a spin-off coming for it. Now, we don't know pretty much anything about the spin-off. I've been told it's 3 episodes, but then I've also been told it's 5 episodes, then I've also been told it's 6 episodes, so I actually don't know how long this spin-off is, but it's going to be exciting to see a trailer for it, because, like I say, we literally know nothing about it. We don't know if the Doctor's in it, we don't know if Ruby's in it, or do we know if Ruby might be in it? I'm not too sure, but we know it's essentially a unit spin-off where they're fighting Sea Devils, which I'm very excited for, because I do love me some Sea Devils, and I'm excited to see where Russell and Pete McTighe take the Sea Devils. I've heard there's a new design which might be quite controversial, but I'm open to it. Let's just hope it delivers. Next up, we have this picture here of Russell in the Bone Palace next to the Wish World clock, and it says, "The Bone Palace, Le Palazzo d'Os, Palazzo di Ossa." Isn't the Palazzo what the cinema was called with Lux in it? Coming this week in the reality war. Why that clock? Why the Seal of Rassilon? What are the bone beasts for? Saturday, 6:50 PM on BBC One and Disney Plus worldwide. Now, yes, for those of you that don't know, this episode does not come out at 8 AM on iPlayer. This episode will air at 6:50 on BBC One and Disney Plus and cinemas. Those are the only 3 places you'll be able to catch this episode this Saturday. And there's a lot of things to unpack in that. Russell does like to tease us with things. And in that, I'll read through it again just really quickly. He says, "Why that clock? Why the Seal of Rassilon? What are the bone beasts for?" Now, I assume that the bone beasts were there to create doubt among people, because obviously you walk around London now, you don't see massive dinosaurs in the sky, so by putting these dinosaurs in, people experience the doubt, which then causes the wish world to fall apart and the reality underneath in the underverse to come through. That's what I assume they're for. However, Russell says here, what are the bone beasts for, which makes me believe that there's going to be another reason to why they're being used, so I don't know. I will say there is a leaked image, which I'll cover in my trailer breakdown tomorrow. There's a leaked image where Kate and some other people from Unit are stood in front of a big steering wheel, which looks like it's in Unit Tower. I wonder if maybe these bone beasts are remote control and you can control them from the inside using the steering wheel. I don't know, but potentially something along those lines. Another interesting point here, why the Seal of Rassilon? I'm going to assume that we're going to see a Time Lord back. Maybe it's going to be Rassilon, or maybe we just get a glimpse of him or something along those lines, but again, we don't really know. We've seen the Seal of Rassilon, we're going to assume it's something important. Maybe Omega is going to have beef with Rassilon. We know there's some sort of tension between Omega and Rassilon, so maybe that'll be explored a bit more. And the final point, well, the first point, but the one I'm covering last, why that clock? Now, in the Next Time trailer for this episode, which wasn't a Next Time trailer, it wasn't at the end of the episode, but it was on Instagram, we can see the Wish World clock sort of giving off some weird misty sort of VFX, and it's heading towards the Seal of Rassilon. So I think maybe the Vindicator has somehow powered this clock, and the clock is going to turn into a portal, which will become the portal through to Gallifrey, or the portal through to the Underverse, or something along those lines. Something worth noting is at the end of this episode, it very much seems like the Underverse is creeping through and the Doctor's falling, whatever, big tense ending. But in the shots we've seen for this finale, it looks like London is back. So I'm not too sure how London can be back when all that's been happening in the cliffhanger, but we can only assume. I've got a feeling we might time jump again, and I don't know how I feel about that. Wouldn't it be cool if the episode opens in an alternate Wish world, an alternate reality, and the realities come together? I don't know. Just quickly going back to the previous post, the one with Ibrahim and Kate on it, I really forgot to mention a really big point in this, and it was a thing that Russell said in his post, saying, can they save the day with the help of secrets on floor -10 of Unit Tower? Now, we've seen in the trailer this big safe vault box thing. What is that then? There are people online, and this is something that I've thought of as well, that it's saying it could be Missy. We've had Missy in a vault before. It could be, you know, Russell sort of foreshadowing and making us try to connect the dots. We saw some fingernails pick up the Master's tooth on the unit helipad in the giggle, so maybe they're bringing back Michelle Gomez as Missy. And the biggest clue of all, Michelle Gomez was at the premiere for this series, which didn't mean anything because Susan Foreman, her real name, Carol Ann Ford, attended the Star Beast premiere, and Joe Martin attended the Robot Revolution premiere alongside Michelle Gomez. Now, Carol Ann Ford's coming back, and Joe Martin came back, so it would make sense for Michelle Gomez to reprise her role of Missy for this finale. Can I see it happening? I don't know. Missy did turn good in the end, so it makes sense for Unit to want her as a help against the Time Lord. She's a friendly Time Lord, so don't know. I think maybe Missy could be teaming up with Unit to push the Time Lords away. You know, she was good in the end. Maybe that's something like that. Another thing backing this up is Stephen Moffat had to read the script for this finale to just A-OK check that everything was okay, which can only make us believe that something Stephen has created is going to be in this episode, and the main theory being Missy. He created Missy. Now, he didn't create the Master, but he did create Missy and her story arc, and it would make sense. Her story ended in such a way that you wouldn't want to get wrong if you brought her back, so maybe that's why. I can maybe see this happening now. The more I've spoken to you about it, the more I can actually see this coming true. It's also worth noting that the Doctor is very absent from these promo pictures and images. He's not in any of them. Which makes me think he might be in the Underverse, maybe fighting Rassilon and Omega the whole way through the episode, and they didn't want to show us too much of that. Or maybe he's just absent. Maybe the finale is a Doctor Light. Or maybe he's with Susan, or maybe he's with Rogue. Wouldn't bank on Rogue, but maybe he's with Susan. Who knows? The final thing I'm going to mention here is this screenshot where Varax89 asks Russell on his post, will there be an explanation for bi-generation? And Russell replies, actually, yeah. So we're going to learn some more about bi-generation, and this is such a sticky one. Ncuti said we learn more about the Doctor's origins. I don't know if I like this. The whole show is Doctor Who. We're not meant to know who he is, where he comes from, or anything like that, which is why The Timeless Children was such a... it was received so badly among the fans, because it sort of contradicted that rule of Doctor Who. It told us exactly what the Doctor's origin is. Yes, I know before the portal there was something else, but we know what the Doctor was like growing up now. You know, Russell was going to do a young Doctor Gallifrey spin-off, but he didn't because he was worried it would ruin the whole Doctor Who vibe, whereas now, what's this? We're getting told what his origins are. It feels a bit off to me. It's also worth remembering the Doctor remembered the Ruth Doctor, Joe Martin's Doctor. He's not supposed to do that. So did he open the fob watch in his years of healing as 14? Is David Tennant back? So many questions. And I will say, I'm rewatching the Jodie era at the minute because I hate myself. No, I'm joking. I actually am rewatching it to try and prove myself wrong, that it's not that bad. And I'm nearly finished with Series 11. And I'm not going to lie, it's not as bad as I remember. Okay, the first few episodes, what was it? Woman Who Fell to Earth, good. Ghost Monument, terrible. Rosa is okay. Saranga Conundrum, yeah, not great. Demons of the Punjab, dragged a bit, but it wasn't terrible. Kablam, I actually really liked upon rewatch. Like, I hadn't rewatched it in probably about 3 years, but I really loved Kablam, and I think it was a great episode. And I got halfway through The Witchfinders last night before I fell asleep, and that is where I'm at now. So I think I think when I get to the Time of the Children, I'll view it in a different way this time, and maybe I will end up warming to it. But anyway, that's that. Let me know in the comments what you think about all this, and if you're excited to find out more about the Doctor's origins, or if you think Russell might ruin it, or you know, anything along those lines. Are you hyped? Are you excited? Do you think the payoff will be great? Let me know in the comments. I posted a video yesterday discussing all things. What did I talk about yesterday? Oh yeah, all my worries for the finale, and I aired all my dirty laundry with Russell at the minute. And I've got a video coming out tomorrow, a trailer breakdown, breaking down all the trailers and leaked images, not leaked images, but promo images for the finale on Saturday. And then on Saturday, my final review of the series, and on Sunday, my final podcast. And then what do? What does this channel become? Do I go back to playing Minecraft? I don't know. Shout out to High Protein Strawberry, by the way. These are legendary. 99p from Lidl. Absolute goated. Absolutely goated. Anyway, leave a like, subscribe, comment below, leave a super thanks once again. Thank you so much to this lovely, lovely specimen up here for leaving me a very kind message. I love you all. Have a very nice day, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Goodbye. Q-Duggadoo.